Understanding the broad grammatical construction is the key here. Martyrdom, and then you have extra information from here to here. And the broad message is that martyrdom is a sacrifice that. Now see if the construction is that martyrdom leads to A and B, comma comes at the cost of C. Then the two main verbs here are leads and comes. So the construction is martyrdom leads to something and comes at the cost of something. This comma is not going to be enough here. Remember, if it is just two elements A and B, they need to be linked by an and. A conjunction saying just A comma B for joining two verb phrases is not correct. One verb phrase here is leads to both X and Y, that's A here, and B is comes at the cost of one's life. A comma B is not going to be correct. We need A and B or some other way of saying it. So a very subtle mistake in answer choice A. It's a very interesting question. If you got this, as in if you were able to eliminate choice A through the correct reasoning, you must pat your back. Look at choice B now. This changes the meaning drastically. This means that martyrdom dignifies both A and B. So it means that martyrdom dignifies the life and dignifies the consecration of death. That doesn't make sense. The meaning is that martyrdom both dignifies the life and consecrates the death. The placement of both after dignifies here changes the meaning drastically. B must go. Choice C is a trap here. I particularly like this answer choice. Many students will choose this, especially if you are somewhere in the middle of your preparation. It is very likely that you will choose it because in the middle of our preparation, we all suffer from the problem of over-applying parallelism. We think that dignifies, consecrates, and comes A, comma, B, comma, and C construction. Awesome, this is the correct answer choice. That is not the correct approach always. Meaning is important. Yes, this would be correct if the three terms were equally important. They played similar roles in the sentence. That is not the case here. The meaning here is that martyrdom leads to A and B but comes at the cost of C. A, B and C are not parallel. A and B are something positive and they come at the cost of C, something negative. Once again, if you could eliminate answer choice C and through the correct reasoning, you must pat your back. Look at choice D now. Martyrdom both dignifies the life and consecrates the death. So yes, placement of both is correct here. Same with choice E also. And the problem we saw in choice A, we have a similar problem here. The comma comes construction. Martyrdom is a sacrifice that both A and B comma comes. Because the two verb phrases are not joined by a conjunction, this comes at the cost of one's life here works as a modifying phrase that would refer to the nearest noun before the comma, consecrates the death. So it sounds as if consecration of death comes at the cost of one's life. That is not the meaning. The meaning is that martyrdom comes at the cost of one's life. Even answer choice A can be seen in the same light, that because of a conjunction missing between the two verb phrases, this becomes a modifying phrase. Comes at the cost of one's life is referring to consecration of the death. That's a drastic change in meaning. E must also go. Let's confirm choice D now. Martyrdom, a word with its root in the Greek martyr, which means witness. So see, from here to here, it's all extra information, and the main message is that martyrdom is a sacrifice that both dignifies something and consecrates something else. And then you have a semicolon here. So we just need to make sure that from here to here we have an independent clause. Yes, we do. And from here to here we have another independent clause. Yes, we do. It has a subject, it, a verb, and a meaning that can stand alone. And as the subject here is martyrdom, we do not have a problem of pronoun reference here. Meaning wise, it can refer to only martyrdom. So martyrdom comes at the cost of one's life. A very, very interesting question. One of the most difficult, complex questions you will find on the GMAT. If you could get this right, you very well understand multiple concepts. You understand modifiers, you understand grammatical construction, and you understand punctuations very well. In case you did not get this right, don't worry. Just make sure that you get all the learnings from this video.